Good morning. Firstly, I just want to say a massive thank you to honestly everybody that have reached out to me following my first post. It's been quite an emotional day, to be honest. I kind of spent a heap of time deciding whether I did the right thing, and part of what I'm going to discuss today was a result of that. So I just want to say thank you, genuinely from the bottom of my heart, thank you. It means a lot. The other side of it is, it just shows how many of us women are actually going through the same thing, without voice. None of us are talking. I'm going to explain to you really why I started to do this. I've been unwell for a while, tried to find a load of different things to kind of help me and support me, because my GP was about as much help as a chocolate teapot, to be honest. And everything I did, including prescribing my own HRT, I did myself. So as a result, I was kind of looking to see what was out there, and there just wasn't. There was nobody with any help and support. And I think I've been really one of the unlucky ones with a heap of symptoms. And as a result, I needed quite a lot of help, really, I think, or I was looking for some help which just wasn't available. I decided to do this blog as I was out with some friends of mine for lunch a number of weeks ago on a random Friday afternoon, and we were quite openly having a joke and laugh, as girls do, talking about sex lives without a care in the world. When it came to how I'd been feeling, because obviously my friends are fully aware I've been well for a long time, my friend whispered over the table, menopause. And that's when it kind of struck me that we're in 2019, and unfortunately women are still whispering about the menopause. Now, it's just mind-blowing, considering there is probably 60% of my friends are dealing with this at the moment, yet nobody's really talking about it. And I think the only way that we can kind of get better as women and make ourselves better is to discuss it. Now, I wanted to do this just to be honest and open, so I have to say I had the worst night last night. I had a night from hell, all because I done this post, believe it or not. We're in Turkey, so it's like 1989 dial-up out here, so it took me about 6 hours to upload my initial post of a whole 7 minutes. And while the post wasn't uploaded, I was feeling quite okay. As soon as the post uploaded and hit, I had a complete and utter meltdown, and I'd had anxiety until probably about 9 o'clock this morning, when I had a multitude of messages, support, an outpouring of love, which kind of validated why I wanted to do this. But this anxiety is just inconsiderate and irrational. And I think that's the worst thing about this, is that what is going on with us is just out of our control. And I think the more we discuss it as women, the better that we can deal with it. I will also give you some insight into my migraines, because obviously my migraines didn't start overnight, going from 2 a month to 6 a week. It was a real gradual thing, and I didn't realise I was having hot flushes until they were so apparent that it was no longer a hot flush. And trust me, a flush sounds cute, like it's something nice. These are not nice, and it's not a flush. I call it an electrical surge. It starts in your toes, it goes through your body, and it ends up in the top of your head like an electrical surge. Now, my migraines have mostly came as a result of these flushes. Now, the problem is with these flushes, you can have them all day, every day. So on my very worst day, which was probably about maybe 8 or 9 weeks ago, as a result of a change in HRT, which the company stopped manufacturing, I had 6 migraines in one day. Now, my prescription drugs are not able to take control of that. They work, but I can only take 2 a day. I don't want to overdose myself, because that's taking it to somewhere else. So, for me personally, I need to get rid of the flushes. And to do that, for myself, the only option available to me was HRT. Now, I tried a multitude of different herbal remedies, from the standard sage to the menopause, but nothing even touched the sides. I just think, unfortunately, my body is just dealing with this in a rather angry, horrendous way, and for myself, I decided that HRT was probably the only option. And like many of you, I was absolutely terrified. I think there is such a bad write-up about HRT with thrombosis and breast cancer. And I agree, we all have to be careful, because ultimately we're putting something into our bodies which we don't really know what it is. We're replacing hormones, but we don't know long term what it's going to do. But for myself personally, it was the only option. Now, I will discuss my HRT battles further down the line, but I have to say the current HRT I'm on, which is Cleovance, 1 milligram, they have taken the edge off my migraines. Now today I'm 9 days migraine free, which is brilliant. That is amazing. To go from a real long stretch to have 9 days free, that is kind of a little bit life-changing. Now that is all a result of HRT. Now, I'm not recommending anybody take HRT, because everybody's got to deal with this in their own way. We all have varying degrees of how our body's going to deal with it. But for me personally, it changed my life. Now, it hasn't taken me back to where I was before. I just think that until my hormones start doing their jiggly dance, I think that won't happen. But it has helped. It's helped me with the flushes, it's helped me with my migraines, and it's helped me with the fog. Because that's another thing that women don't really talk about, this fog. It sounds like the most crazy word, but the only way I can describe it is like being in a cellophane bubble that you can't see or reach out of. You don't feel like you're in your own body. And it's just one of the many symptoms that are coming along with this menopause. I hope I've given you a bit more insight today on how I'm feeling and how this has affected me. And I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody again. I can honestly tell you how much you made me feel emotional and appreciated and validated for doing this, because I think all us women are going through it, and the more we talk about it, the better it is for all of us. I will update you further in the week and give you some more insight into some of the other symptoms that I've been dealing with. And hopefully, if people are interested in this diary, my aim would be to bring other people in on this, because I have friends who've got totally different symptoms to myself. So we're all dealing with things in very, very different ways. I think, unfortunately for me, mine was quite extreme. But I hope I've helped you today, and just thank you from the bottom of my heart. Just thank you.